So it'll just pop up a little message. All right, just in case. So for those of you who can't make it, welcome to the recording. For those of you who are in front of me, thank you so much for taking some time out of your night tonight just to have a look and see the differences between the two thermomixes. We are here to offer you what you are seeing, and you can make up your own mind. So we're trying to just tell you all the ins and outs of both machines. We will go through physically the differences, then we'll show the screen and just do an overview, because honestly that's a bit of a rabbit hole. We could be here for hours showing you absolutely everything, but that's not going to help you. And then we'll do some questions. You feel free to ask questions as they come up, or write them down and wait till the end. That's whatever suits you. So my name's Michelle Noonan. I'm a team leader of the Collective Mix team. So you have been invited here tonight, no doubt, by one of the team members. We've just come off a weekend of TM7 training, and we're all very excited about the offer that the TM6 has on it at the moment, and the new TM7 that's up for offer. So I've been a consultant for 9 years this year, or in a couple of months. So this is my second model release, new release, and it's exciting every time. But like I said, the TM6 run-out offer could just be for you. We definitely are not shuffling you all to a TM7. Whatever suits you value-wise, then that works well. Oh, Jenny made it. Is that Jenny? Yeah, awesome. Hi, Jenny, welcome. So I've got Georgia here with me tonight. So Georgia, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hi.
Georgia's been a consultant for
7 years this year.
7 years, yes.
We're not counting.
No, we've worked together along that whole 7 years, and it's been an absolute ball. So we like to have a lot of fun as a team. If it's something that you want to do on the side, please reach out to your consultant, because I'm more than happy to have more people to have fun with and party with. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to get out of the way, because you really want to see the Thermomix. You don't need to see me. I've hidden in my office because it's nighttime and I have 3 sons, so apologies for that. But we don't need the kitchen for cooking or anything. So as you can see, overview-wise, there are a few things that look different. The TM7 is a completely different shape to the 6, yes. Now the Varoma, they've made the Varoma a little bit different, so I've just sat that on top there. That doesn't actually go like that. So that's how it usually sits on the top, like that. So your Varoma, great for steaming. You've got your tray. You can use it with or without your tray. Am I still there? My phone did something funny.
Yep, you're all good.
I don't know what I did, but anyway, as long as you can see me, that's the main thing.
Hang on, Michelle, you've just put a profile up. Yep.
Awesome. That's not what I want. I wasn't even touching it. Oh, gosh, I'm clever.
I think it's a little sensitive today. I've just had to boot myself out from my phone as well.
Oh, really? I wasn't even near it. I'm like, my God, it keeps asking me for video settings. And I'm like, no, just go back. Just go back, please. Sorry.
That's okay.
It wouldn't be a Zoom without a tech issue, would it?
Never.
Never, ever. Why is it doing that? Oh, my goodness.
It's all right. We'll get it sorted.
Will we? We will.
Otherwise, we can just sit here and watch your pretty face.
That's my office. Hi. Sorry. Now, can you see or no?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, my goodness. No. I'm so sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
Oh, hilarious.
What's the worst that can happen, really?
Well, just chat amongst yourselves about how wonderful it is. Oh, that's funny. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I think that's what I have to do. Oh my goodness, it's completely gone.
Don't stress.
Am I back?
No.
Not yet.
No.
There you are.
There you are.
There you are.
To see my panicked face going, oh, why? I don't know what happened. I'm not touching anything.
Thank goodness the Thermomixes are easier to use in Zoom.
Oh, 100%, or I would not be in business 9 years. So just pretend that I have actually lent my Varoma and one of my Thermomixes out to a customer. So this now is made of this dark and thicker sort of plastic. So we'll pretend that's there. So your Varoma here, it's still the same in that it's got the lid and the tray. It's just a different shape. So you can see that, and that goes on top like that. Whereas a TM7, it's not as rounded on the top, but it is 45% bigger. So that's there like that, all made from recycled plastic. That's why it's easy to make it black. So to answer anybody's questions about colours. So that's the Varoma in a nutshell. 45% bigger, more of a rectangle, rather than this is more of an oval. This sort of goes up a little bit more. This is a little bit flatter. Now, if we move on from there, did I forget a measuring cup? No, I didn't. Go me. All right. Measuring cup sits on top. So on top of the TM6, here like that. Goes in the lid, and that is to stop things from spitting out at you when you're pureeing or mixing, blending, milling, all that sort of thing. So that's there in the lid. It's great for the TM5 customers and 31 customers. It doesn't go flying, so that's very, very cool. The last one just sat on top. So that's that. Now I'll go through, I'll stay on the 6. Simmer basket, very similar. TM5 and 31 customers didn't have the lid on it. So the lid is there as a safety feature so that you can't overfill it. The bowl, same there as the 31 and your 5 to look at. The 31, it's obviously 20% bigger. Your 5, it's very similar, except in the bottom here, you might not have this, but when you take the base apart, you've got a little lever here that comes across in the way of the pins so you can't flood it. So those of you who've got a 30, 31 or a 5 probably don't have that lever.
No, we don't.
No. So, I mean, toward the end of the 5, they've brought it in, but it just stops it sitting down there beautifully, so you can't flood it as easy. I'm not going to say you can't, but it's not as easy to. So that's really cool. There's a drain at the back. These pins can get wet but must be dry to go in here, the same as the 31 and the 5. These go red when it's over 60 degrees. You've got your screen here and your selector to turn it on or off. And you've got your auto locking arms. So that's another thing the 31 doesn't have, but the 5 definitely does. All right, so if we pop that in here, then we've got the simmer basket, the spatula to go on the simmer basket. So one of the little things on here, same as your other models, has got the little hook for you to remove it. You can sit it up there, let it drain if you've got some rice in it or whatever. Push to release. Now, the 6 has got a nice flexible tip on it, unlike the 31 and the 5. Same in that you can pop it down on the bench and it doesn't touch, so it doesn't mess your bench up. That's a really cool little thing there. Popping your lid back on, just going through. Now, the 6, you can see that mine is sitting on a board, because that's a glider board to help you move the thermomix if you wanted it. Say you wanted it closer to the range hood if it was steaming a lot, you could just quickly move it safely because the scales are in the feet of the TM6 or all of the thermomixes actually. So we don't want to drag it because kitchen scales, no scale likes to be dragged across the bench, yeah? So any questions or have I missed anything there, Georgia, that you...
No, I think you've covered that one okay.
In a nutshell. Yeah. Georgia's my sense check, aren't you?
Yeah.
I need you. All right, so we're coming over to our TM7 now. Bear with me here. We received our TM7s just a couple of days ago. So it's all very new to us as well. Now, one of the biggest differences to look at, other than I showed you the Varoma, is the measuring cup is now a cap. It's not a cup, but it still has holes in it. So you can still emulsify the same as you can the 5 and the 6 and the 31. So you can pour your oil here and it'll just trickle through so that emulsifying works well. So that just sits on like that. The lid pops off quite easily. You'll notice there are no auto locking arms because there's a magnetic lid on this. This still has the little hook here, but it's a slightly different angle, which I haven't actually had too much of a go at now yet, but just like that. So it's a little bit of a higher angle there than we're used to with the 5 and the 6, and then just a push to release. The other really cool thing is this is designed so you can open the basket with it without touching it. So if it's sitting on the bench and you want to open it, you can do that. Same in that it's got a flexible bit on it, and you'll notice it's a completely different shape, so it can actually scrape. You know, it says to scrape down the bowl or around the bowl a lot. If you don't have a Thermomix at all, it does. It says scrape down the bowl, so you can just get it in one big sort of swift action there. All right. Oh, this spatula stands up by itself, so that's a bit cool. Can you see that? So it can stand up. It can also stand this way as well, so that's a bit fun. The base of this is actually good for getting the dough out when you put your bowl upside down. Your consultant will show you all about that at your delivery. So today is designed to give you a little bit of a head start, but when you get your Thermomix, your consultant will do a delivery demo with you and go through all of this with you then in more detail, so that you can really feel comfortable and confident moving forward with your Thermomix. So this one, straight up to take it off, you'll see it doesn't sit in like this one, it sits up, which is quite cool. Now, this bowl is a little bit different. Now, I didn't show you how the six came apart. Now, there's this lever on the side, okay? So you turn that lever, or you move that lever, and that releases the blade.
Oh.
Yeah. And then that bowl comes out for washing in the dishwasher without the big handle in the way.
Oh, wow.
And this doesn't need a wash because it's just the insulated outer. So the insulated outer helps with the noise. It is quieter. When it's the same on the bottom there, you've got your pins. It all looks very similar. It is a little tiny bit heavier because, again, it's got this outer on it, but it's only, I think we weighed it this morning, it was about 350 grams. So it's not a deal breaker. Popping your blade back in, you just put it in and click that and it's done. So that's
cool.
much easier. Much easier. Yep. So that's great, especially if you've got mobility issues or anything like that. That action is going to be much easier because you don't have to use your fingers. You could use your whole palm to do it. So there's options there. Okay. And how cool is that? It's really nice, the texture.
Well, it helps you not burn yourself, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's cool to touch when it's cooking now.
Yeah.
When you take it off, the only part that's warm is if you were to put your fingers underneath, which you're not usually going to do that. And that just sits on the top, just like that. Okay, and you can see the light goes there. The light goes red when it's hot as well, so that all shines red. So it's a really good visual indicator there. What else have we got?
What's the size difference with the screen?
This was, I think, a 6.8, and this is a 10.8 from memory.
Oh, so
it's 10. Yeah, it's just on 10 inches, I think, just a little bit bigger.
10. I'm pretty sure this was 6 from memory. We'll have to look that up.
I was going to say, you're testing us there. I'm
sure it's 6 to 10. I'm pretty sure. What was that?
No, I was going to ask. Sorry. When does the app get upgraded for it to be like Siri, for instance, talking to it and whatnot?
I'm not sure. You know, years ago we had an IT guy actually it was at the release of the TM6, and every branch got allocated a different person from head office, and we were the poor bugger. We got the IT guy, and he didn't normally do these kind of events, so he was very excited when we asked him IT type questions. But I said to him, I've got a customer who is visually impaired. What's the go there? And he said, we're working on it. He said, it's not as easy as it's expected to be, but it's something that we're working on. So I've never lost hope, I guess. And I asked at this one too, and they still say they're working on it. Look, technology gets more intelligent by the minute. So hopefully that would be something that will be incorporated. But this is definitely more like, I guess, a computer than the TM6. Any other questions on the actual physical differences there?
Yeah, just to go back, the TM7 is a 10-inch, TM6 6.8 inch. So you're spot on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't ask me what I had for breakfast, but I remember that.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Carla.
okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you so much for looking at that, Georgia.
Thank you.
It was actually Carla. Thank you, Carla.
Oh, thanks, Carla. Hi, Vicky. You got a question?
Yeah, just a quick one. Do you think in the future, I know you only just received it, but you know how the jug, the bowl comes off? Do you think in the future they might design some other things to put on top of that main base there? Like, I don't know.
We are
No idea.
hopeful. How's that?
Yeah.
We're hopeful. We
Yeah.
don't get told anything because we're really bad at keeping secrets.
Yeah.
But we are hopeful because some people who are supposed to keep secrets have sort of indicated that there might be secrets to keep with that stuff. So
Yeah.
I can't tell you for
Okay.
sure because I actually
That's
don't
okay.
know.
Yeah, watch this
But
space.
it is,
Exactly.
yeah. So
Okay.
we've been chatting about it, going, what do you think?
Yeah.
But nothing to tell you firmly,
Nothing
sorry.
yet. Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Any other questions? Oh, Tanya, yeah, come off mute.
Just quickly, so
Yeah.
because I've got a 5 and the
Yes.
arms 6 obviously do the same, the arms come and that's what locks it in place. What is it that stops it? Does that lock in place?
Yeah,
Obviously
down the bottom.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah, when it starts cooking, you actually hear just a little bit of a clink, and that's when it locks in. Yeah.
Beneath there somewhere.
Yeah, and the lid's got, like I said, that magnetic lock on it. Now, up to speed 2, you can open it and have a look inside, and the blades will stop. So if you think, oh, hang on, did I remember to add, I don't know, the water? You can go like that, and the blades will stop and let you have a look. Over speed 2, of course, it's a safety issue and it won't. The other thing is there are some recipes that you can cook with the lid off.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like even like they've shown a video on spaghetti.
Yeah, we've all made marry me chicken pasta far too many times in the last week with our training. That's going to be trending on Cookie Do, but not because we've all made it by choice, because it's been on our training schedule. So that was quite cool to see. That was very interesting. So the blade doesn't move when the lid's off, and it just sort of simmers away. So it won't go over, I believe, 100 degrees, but it just sort of simmers there and continues to cook. I mean, it was impressive. Yeah, we've not seen that before. So, yeah. Any other questions on the?
This isn't a question. It's Jackie. Sorry, it's not a question, but I just can't believe the size difference. Like, I know it doesn't have like those big arms around it and stuff, but yeah, it's just so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I had the Varoma on. It probably didn't help. Sorry, but
that's okay.
It's a little bit wider.
Yeah.
But then I feel like this might be a little bit. This is a little bit longer. If that makes sense. So if I put them both up against the wall, let's go, and the TM6 is on the board, it's probably about that much longer, the TM7, probably 2 inches, if that. If that.
Okay.
But it's not as wide. So the other thing is this is on a glider board because this has got a built-in glider board. So it just moves around. So you don't need a glider board for the TM7. But having said that, the TM6 at the moment comes with the glider board. So you don't have to pay for it anyway. So just to sort of touch on it, the TM6 at the moment is coming with $1,000 worth of freebies if you're buying it outright, or if you're trading up, it'll have $919 or something worth. And it includes a glider board, a second bowl blade lid set, which are nearly $400, your cutter attachment, your spiralizer. If it's not a trade up, you get your Cookie Do subscription too. Have I forgotten anything? That's it. Oh, and blade cover filler. Yeah, your blade cover. Yeah. So that's the offer with the TM6. Yeah.
Yeah, they both come with a 3-month Cookie Do as well. I'm sorry, I don't know if you said that. I'll just zoomed out a bit.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, they both do come. Any thermomix. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another little feature on the spatula when you're comparing the spatulas. The bottom of the TM7 spatula has actually got a little gap, and you can use that underneath your bowl to release your dough.
Yeah.
So
at the moment, we turn it up and we turn this to get the dough out.
Yeah.
and it kind of hurt. It can hurt and get stuck in your fingers, whereas you can do that.
Or you can have doughy fingers as well.
Yeah. So it makes it a little bit easier to grip, especially mobility problems. If you've got, you know, arthritis in your fingers or anything like that, that's an amazing change. Yeah. So it's a bit clever in that sense. It's sort of a few extra things, haven't they, Georgia?
Absolutely.
Yep. So still 2.2 litre bowls. Now I'll move on to the screen, give you an overview of that if there's no more pressing questions at second. So I'll just move myself out of your way because you don't need to see me. All right. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see it yet? There we go. All right. So on the TM6, you've got your times, your temperature, and your speed. You've got your reverse button, so that makes it quite easy to use manually. You flick this way, and that's all of your modes. Now, that's something that over the years we've had extras that have dropped in, which has been amazing. Egg boiler was one of my favorites. So no doubt your consultant will go through all of that with you. Like I said, if I fall down this rabbit hole, we'll be here all night because it is very exciting. But that's all your modes. So if you wanted a mode, you just touch it and it takes you straight through. Swiping back this way takes you through to your cookie do. So you search, and you can see what, you know, that front cover of cookie do, like your app. Sorry, my internet's a bit slow. Everybody's watching TV. And not free to air. So there you go. That's it there. Just get rid of that. So you can search, you can add this to, you can go, okay, I want to make that shortbread. I'm going to add it to my shopping list, or I'm going to cook today. So there are options in here. You can search, you can go via recipes or collections, all in your cookie do. Now, if you go to the 3 dots, the 3 lines, the hamburger menu, you can have a look at your recipes that, you know, you've created your own collections. So a collection is like a folder, if you like. And that's still there. Oh, that's, yep, you still got that. Now, if you come back here, you go to my week. And again, this is an overview. Please don't think, oh my God, I'm about to buy Thermomix and I can't remember that, because your consultant will go through all of this with you. This is just designed to give you the information, not for you to retain it. So you can look at your meal planner and see what's been planned. What else? You can change the sounds. So TM5 31 customers and those without a cook key, 5s, you'll love that you can change the sound and it doesn't sing until you get back to it, or 15 minutes. You can change it to 10 seconds or 30 seconds. Now transportation mode for this. So your auto locking arms will lock for you to take it in transportation mode. Whereas obviously there's no arms on the 7, so you don't need to do that. You can look and search for different Thermomix versions and updates. So if you were busy and you couldn't do it, you can click it, you know, do it later and come back and search for it. You can put a pin lock on it as well if you've got Dennis the Menace type children in the house like I do. And yeah, anything there, Georgia, you think I need to touch on a bit better? There's a timer as well.
Yeah, the timer's there. I think you've pretty much covered everything, Michelle. Like you said, we will go over everything with customers. So
100%.
Yeah,
so
whatever
I don't want
we sort of missed today. Yeah, we can catch up.
Yeah, I don't want anybody overwhelmed by it. It's just so you can make a purchase decision or get excited about the decision you've already made. All right, let's see. Can you see the screen? Yes, awesome. All right, so obviously it looks a lot different. So here in the home screen, you can go manual mode. You can go some of your modes there. You can personalize what it looks like. So this is what I haven't gotten too excited with doing it, because we all need to do a factory reset on the 3rd of June because things are changing, ready for sale. So recently cooked, you can see I made Marry Me chicken pasta. Caramelized onions is my favorite. No, Marry Me chicken pasta and vegetable stock paste. Trending, it has all the trending recipes now, so you can get some inspiration. So that's that main screen. You can edit your home screen to choose what it looks like as well. If the search feature, it looks very similar to the app, or your, you know, if you're on a device, you can search via recipes, collections, time, portions, all of that. And same, you can go, okay, I want to make sauerkraut soup. I'm going to add it to my week. And I'm going to add it to Friday and save it. So it's the same as the 6 with that. I just don't have much in here, so I thought I'd add it. But I think the kids are all on too much of the internet for me at the moment. So there you go. That's all set there. Now, in here is my recipes. So this is where my recipe lists. So any of those, you know, those collections that you've made, which are very personal. Like I've got ones that matter and, you know, are applicable to my household. You'll have very different ones. You know, like I've even got one that says cream on special because that's, you know, if I find cream on special, I can come home and click on it. So that's all in there. The next one is all of your modes if you're going to do manual cooking. So you've got manual cooking, pre-clean that looks really cool. Can you see that? So you can choose quick, universal, dough, browning, fat or caramel, and you just press play. And when you press play, it'll tell you to, see, it locked. It'll tell you how long to go. I won't do it because it'll crack it because there's nothing in it. But that's just to show you. So they're all of those modes that you saw on the TM6, they're here. Now down here, it's just some more extra stuff. So your settings, your profile and cookie do. Your week, if you want to have a look at what you've planned for the week. See, mine's a bit empty, like I said. Except this prawn thing, it came up all the time the other day and I had to save it because it looked delicious. So yeah, it's a bit empty at the moment, but you've got your settings, you've got tutorials and help. This is really quite cool. So you can sift through and look at the essentials guide, and manual is in here as well. So yeah, and no doubt that will build, especially once we do our factory reset in June. Settings in here, you can change, same as the 6, you can change the screen brightness. So I turned it right down so you could see it today. You can do scales and cooking here. You can change what that looks like, imperial or metric. Your display, your sounds can change again. Now, when you're actually in a recipe, it looks a little bit different in that, see here, pretend I'm making that, I press start. And then, of course, the internet goes chunky when I do this. You can see here, see step by step, it tells you brown onion. So you go, okay, I've done my brown onion. Garlic, I've done my garlic. And when I'm doing this in real life, so see it's telling me to take the lid off. It knew I didn't have the lid off. So it wouldn't show me until I had that lid off what the scales were. So it's a little bit clever like that. So there you go. And then if I put my garlic clove in, I can tick it off. Now, if I get within sort of a certain percentage, if I put 30 grams or 32 grams in, it actually auto clicks it, ticks it off. But ticking that doesn't bother me either. And then it tells you to chop, it tells you to put the lid back on. So it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit cute, a little bit more interactive because it's got these little videos in it. So it sets itself the same as the 6. It's set 5 seconds, speed 7. So you'd hit play, but it won't let you play it, of course, until the lid's on. So I put the lid on and then I can press play or skip. So here it tells you to scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl. So it's very user-friendly. Okay.
Yep. So Michelle, Marina's just asking what are the main, or what's the advantage of changing from the TM6 to the TM7?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a bit long for me to type out. So sorry to interrupt, but I thought I'd just
go for it.
Yes, speak it out. So there are quite a lot of advantages, Marina. The modes are one thing. So you can brown with the mode rather than going through an actual recipe.
Yep.
Let me just read through this because it's still a lot for us to learn at the moment.
Yeah. Here's the browning one. Yeah. So you don't have to wait
browning is the main one. There's open cooking. It's got a different motor in it, so it is a lot quieter as well. There are quite a lot of other differences as well. So I suppose that you got to sort of weigh up what's good for you and what you need. Or what you'd like, but there's definitely a lot of differences between the TM6 and the TM7 at this stage.
And you know, when I do my email out afterwards, I might add the comparison chart just to have a
we'll
quick overview.
Yeah, definitely.
because like you've said, we've only had them a couple of days, but we
Yeah.
understand everyone's quite excited.
Yeah, they are. There is quite a lot of differences, but having said that, they're both awesome machines.
Yeah, like we were talking about it beforehand, and we were saying we're not here to tell you which one to buy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But this is a game changer, being able to do 160 degrees. That's quite cool. Without using a cookie dough recipe. Any questions? Have I missed any big questions in the chat?
I think the chat's all okay. Feel free to come off speaker. Oh,
Yeah, come off
and
mute,
yeah,
like
have
you
a chat
were.
to us. It's a bit easier.
What
There's
do we
just a little
think?
bit too much going on at the moment, so have a chat.
Well, this is me, Jax, again. This is all new to me, so I'm getting I've just ordered the new thermo baby. What is
The
it?
TM7?
Yeah. So
Seven.
I'm like a beginner in all this, so I'm just learning all the little tidbits. I've watched my best friend Tanya. She has got the 6 or something, and yeah, it's
I've got a TM5.
oh whatever,
But
and it's
going
just
to the 7.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a dynamic difference, I think, from the 5 to the 7, won't it? Even the 5 to 6 is a dynamic difference. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, huge. I know when the 6 was released, we were all like, yeah, it's not that different. And then we all got our 6s, and I'm shocking. I actually packed up my TM5 and I never touched it again because I loved the TM6 so much. It was shocking.
Big difference, really, isn't it? Just because it looks so similar, you think there's not really anything different. But looking at the
is the screen time moving faster?
Yeah, I found that it is a lot more responsive, Adam. I noticed that today.
I think so. Yeah, it turns on a smidgy bit quicker. I know that.
Yeah, and it's actually a little bit more responsive as well.
Yeah. Do you mean the screen as well?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Craig here. It's probably also worth mentioning that when you have drips and smudges and things on your screen, the TM7 will work regardless. Whereas the TM6 can be a bit touchy if you've got drips and things on the screen.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. That's a good point. But yeah, I'm a very messy cook, so
and I reckon the 7 is a bit like watch this space. What else is going to come? I think
it's intriguing, isn't it?
Very intriguing.
It's really intriguing. So we'll wait and see.
Is the blade faster? Is the blade hi, it's Adam here. Is the blade I thought it'd just be easy to talk rather than talk. Is the blade, like the rotation of the blades and everything, are they much the same? Because I just got the 6 only like 3 months ago. And then the 7 come out and I'm like, oh, but anyway, so and I love my 6, but now of course 7's come out, so now I'm looking at the similarities. So is the 7
I believe it's still around the 10,800 RPM.
Right.
I don't think that's on our specs sheet. Not that one, but I'll attach that specs sheet too, because there's more of a technical specs sheet, and then there's more of a fun specs sheet comparison sheet. So I'll attach both of them to that email, but I do believe the RPMs were very similar. Yeah.
Right. I haven't noticed a difference.
It is a different type of motor though, isn't it, Michelle?
Yeah, it's a synchronic motor. Yeah. So it is a little bit quieter. So when it is especially when you're on the first few speeds, you actually hear sort of like, I put water in it earlier and played with it. You hear the water clicking, like not even sloshing, but the water moving slightly, but you don't hear the motor. I feel like it's like a hybrid car. Like, you don't necessarily, we had to keep looking and going, is it working? On the lower speeds, of course, once you get up to sort of speed 4 and that, you hear it. But it is a little bit quieter because of that cover, the insulated, what do you call it, outer on it.
Insulated.
When we went
the insulated cover.
So we all went, some of us went to a big event in Sydney at the end of last year, and we had, I don't know what his position is, it's really bad, but he was like a super boss from Bulwark from Germany. And he was a Greek guy with a beautiful accent, and he was saying, doesn't matter which thermomix you have, it'll still make risotto the same. And I thought, you know what, that's a good point. So in terms of the speed of the blades and stuff like that, it is going to be similar. It's just the way you use it and the functionality of it is going to look and feel very different. So yeah, but I'll attach both of those sheets for you guys to all have a look through.
Michelle, did you show the tumblers, what we call tumblers?
No, because we'll go into we'll just give an overview today. So that was just on how to use it manually. So because otherwise we're going to hit a rabbit hole, but I will show you, because otherwise everyone's going to be like, she didn't show me the tumblers. So let's have a look. Can you see that? Is that all right? I've just got the screen up. So the tumblers is just how you set the speed rather than using the dial, because there's no dial on a TM7. So this is how you actually just scroll it like you would on your phone. So it looks very similar. Okay. And it tells me you can't do that without doing that. That's its safety features, which is cool. So it's got minutes, seconds, temperature, and speed. Then you can go straight to the scales from it. So this is in the manual mode. So there's a whole mode just dedicated for, I don't know if you've got your skinny mixes recipes and you wanna make something. There's a manual mode on the home screen here, but you can just go straight into it and go 2 minutes. And I'm gonna go 105 degrees and speed, whatever, 2, and then press play. Okay. Any questions on? And then up here it says show tips. Every screen has a little button at the top that says show tips, and some of them are just amazing. And this is something, so egg boiler mode, it'll say show tips, and it gives you all the different tips you could ever imagine. So every mode has that. So that's something that your consultant will show you at your delivery as well. Because it is, and I will reiterate that, you know, yes, demonstrations are the way our businesses work, and definitely we would love to see more people, because that's exactly how you can help your consultant. Having said that, that aside, in terms of you learning, it is an amazing way for you to learn, because at a delivery briefing, it's just one-on-one, that's fine. But if you do a delivery demo, you can have that one-on-one time prior to your guests arriving, and then you can cook 2 more dishes with your guests there, and it really seems like then you've made 3 dishes with your consultant right there with you. So your learning and your ability to retain the information that we've just gone at you, because it's a lot of information on a delivery, you're going to retain it better. So yeah, we love a demonstration because it's what makes our businesses turn, but we want you guys learning to use your thermomix the best way you can too. And we know a delivery briefing is a lot of information sometimes. And don't forget, if you get to a point with your thermomix where you're a little bit stuck and you're not quite sure, you are absolutely allowed as many demos moving forward as you like. Earn your host rewards, you know, don't pay for things, earn them. And then that way you might learn a different thing every time too, because we can't download all the information to you in one hit. So yeah, like I said, think of that as a learning journey, I guess, with your thermomix.
Probably also worth mentioning about the in Cookie-Doo on the TM7, you get the big table now of nutrition.
Yeah, so that's all in there. Yep. So that'll be all for your delivery demos, and for your consultants to go through with you. Has anybody got any pressing questions in general about the comparison of the two?
Not really.
No?
Just
what do we think?
I like the 7 better.
That's good if you wanted it.
The biggest screen.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so
it's
how secure is the lid? Like it doesn't obviously with the 6 you've got the arms. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not the lid, the bowl. Like it won't knock over if you knock it accidentally or anything like that. Like it's pretty. No. Yeah, right.
So it's not locked in properly now because we haven't started cooking. So once you start cooking, you hear a bit of like a clunk, and that's it holding it.
That locks it.
Now,
yeah.
Yeah, and there was another meeting that was like a big meeting. I didn't go to it, but they were saying the BDM said that one of the big bosses actually picked the whole thing up by the bowl and it stayed there. So it's actually like to prove to everybody that it did lock in, because as consultants, we're all very, how does that work? You know, what kind of sorcery is this? So just to prove it was locked in, he actually picked it up by this once it was going. So it's fairly locked in.
Yeah, yeah,
I loved that he did that because it really made us feel a little bit, I don't know, a little bit better about it, because at first it's a bit weird when you've been used to the auto-locking arms and then
yeah.
you've got something without that. And it does look similar to the Friends that didn't make it through the ACCC. And that's the other thing. This has made it through the ACCC. So Australia has really high standards, safety standards, thank goodness. And there was a second kind of little Thermomix base called the Friends that overseas have had, and we didn't get it because the ACCC didn't approve it. So this is passed with flying colours. There's no dramas there. And yeah, it does lock in. So that was a great question.
Cool,
Any
thank you.
others?
All good.
Last few minutes, I thought, see if anyone's got anything else. No?
Not really.
Anyone not ordered their Thermomix yet and know which one that they want to get?
I want the 7 now.
Who's your consultant, Adam?
Oh, I'm in WA, so it would be, oh gosh, what's her name? Andy.
That's okay. I
Can't
actually
remember her
don't know an
last
Andy
name.
in WA.
Yeah, no, she doesn't live far from me, but yeah, Andy
lovely.
McDougall, Andy McDowell, one of the two.
Yeah.
So she's very, very good, and I think she just got her TM7, so
we
not long
all
ago.
just got them on the weekend, Australia-wide. As team leaders, we got them Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Carla makes a good point there, Adam. 2 is better than 1, so you can have your 6 and your 7.
Absolutely, yeah. I just got to save up for the 7 now because I just finished paying the 6 off.
Oh, well, the 7 will have payment options.
All at once. That's a good idea.
What was that, Tanya?
If you have both machines, you can cook your main course and your dessert at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Will they?
So there.
He's
What
going
was
to be
that? Sorry.
payment. Oh, is there going to be payment plans?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Oh, there is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 3rd of June. Once we're off pre-sales, because legally we can't have payment plans and something you can't actually access yet.
Right.
So as of the 3rd of June, we come off pre-sales and we go into actual real sales. And that's when all of the payment options will appear again. So we'll have Zip and Hum just like we do for the TM6. And of course, the other option is you can earn it. So the TM7 is available to earn with 6 sales in your first 60 days. And then every sale that you make in that 60-day period reduces the price. So all the way down to when you sell 6 in 60 days, you've not paid anything for your Thermomix, you've earned it.
Yeah.
So that's another option for anybody that might be interested as well.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
a little
good
bit
to
of
know.
fun. Yeah.
Adam in WA, that's what you need to do is go and sell them all.
Yeah.
Sell all your friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Are they
Awesome,
going
thank you.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Jenny?
Are they going to bring in a trade-in for your Thermomix 5?
Your TM5 to a 7?
Yeah.
Not anytime soon.
No?
No. At the moment, there's stockish, like there will be back orders and things like that on the 7 at some stage. At the moment, we're not too bad, but I think once pre-orders finish and orders start within a few weeks, we're going to start seeing there be a little bit of a backlog. And, historically, we haven't seen, because of this, we haven't seen trade-in offers for 12 months or more after. So they're telling us no way anytime soon when we ask.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So,
if you don't ask, you don't know.
Absolutely. Good question though, because it's a lot of people asking that question. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just for those that don't know or haven't been made aware, you can trade anything up for the TM6 though.
Yeah. Good point, Georgia. Do you want to talk to that?
Yeah, so with the TM6, it is on that run out sale. So like Michelle said earlier before, you also get your free gifts, so worth $921, and you can trade up any previous Thermomix and get $680 off the price of your TM6, which brings it down to $1,899. Or you can trade up any other appliance that you may have. There's different tiers.
Yeah.
Different tiers have got different values. So if that's something that you're interested in, pop it in the chat or just let us know. We can send you the information.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a Thermomix that you're trading up. It can be any other appliance.
Yeah, I got rid of a lot of my appliances when I brought my first thermo. So
yeah, I've been
Yeah.
saying to customers, go find like an old friend or an auntie or some mother, whatever, and go sift around their back cupboards and see if they've got an old Kenwood mixer, you know, Kenwood Chef or something like that. Then you'll get your 380 off.
I wish I could do that.
I've got
I
a Kenwood
know.
chef from my mum.
What was that? Sorry.
I got a Kenwood chef from my mum. Like, it's an old Kenwood.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. All right.
That's
Sorry.
on the tier. So that one is one of the tier 2 ones, which is $380 off. I'll add that to your email too, so you can all have a look. See.
Okay.
So when I send the email, just have a look at the attachments.
Jackie, you need to give that to Jenny Sharp. She needs it. She could use it as her. Was it Jenny? Sorry, that was saying she needs something to
Yes.
trade in.
Yes.
It sounds like we need, trading your latest phones and stuff.
I think it's pretty clever. We've never had that
really
before.
good.
So, like I said,
Yeah.
the TM6 has got a huge value. The 7's exciting. We all agree there. The TM6 has got a really good value on it. So if value means more for you at the moment, then that's probably, you know, something that you might look at a little bit more, or if you've got something to trade up.
Well, I got a TM5 to trade, so
Yeah.
Well, then you can have a 6 and
they
7.
should allow that as a part of a trade. The TM5. It shouldn't matter whether it's a 6 or whatever. It should be allowed a 5 as well. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, to trade in your TM5 to get your TM7.
Oh, yeah.
Or you trade with your trade up as well. You know, you did say that actually. You did say you can trade in your 5 for your 6.
Yeah, you can.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I don't want a 6. I want a 7.
Oh
because
well.
it's got the bigger screen and that's more better for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all at the moment, unfortunately.
That's okay. Not a
Aww.
but there's
all right.
Night. Thank you.
That's okay. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll love you and leave you. We've stuck to our time limit roughly.
All good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so
Bye.
Have a
much.
good night.
Yeah, see you
Bye.
all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Lovely
Bye.
to meet you all.
Bye.
Yeah, you
See
too.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.